What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray, and now we get to the king of genres, Shonen. Continuing the genre series, we are now at Shonen. For those of you who don't know, it just means for teenage boys. This distinction does not exclude anyone, it's just gonna use a lot of tropes that are used to grab the attention of a male audience. The reason that it is the king of genres of all animes is because of its simplicity and ease of access. Because it's for guys, it's probably gonna be like watching a Michael Bay movie. There's gonna be explosions, hot babes, there's gonna be action. There's also gonna be hot babes. Did I mention hot babes? It's gonna build itself on friendship, the power of friendship, betrayal and friendship. It uses a whole lot of friendship. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But above all, it's going to be exciting. Shonen is most often based in adventure. It's based in sending a young 13-year-old kid off to go and catch Pokemon, because that happens. It's based on coming of age, learning about the world, fighting for what you believe in. It's kind of like the beginning of most RPGs, actually. You start off, getting bullied, and then you're introduced to some power or something within yourself that's always been resting. And now you have the power to change your world. And with your ideals and morals, you'll combine into almost every shonen protagonist that exists. Shonen doesn't try to be anything else other than itself, which is entertaining and very easy and quick to watch. It might want you to feel a little bit, but it wants to get you right back to the action. It's why so many of the different genres that are in the series have use of it. It also most notably houses the big three, which was and is, forever will be, I don't care about your opinions about new popularized thing. The big three are these three: Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. And the reason that they stood atop list and still do stand upon even your favorites and look down on them because they've inspired each and every one of them is because they're shonen. But you may disagree, and I just tell you to argue with your mama. Shonen's simplicity is what nets it such a longevity and interest from the fans. You can build a world, but the tropes that we know shonen for are what always excite us. For instance, one of the biggest tropes in the world is try and mess with a protagonist friend. Then they're gonna black their eyes out, and you know something's about to go down, because they don't play about their friends. The leveling system is going to be interesting and unique in most shonen anime, which can be based in a battle manga or a battle anime style sense. The distinction here is basically whether or not there's power scaling or things that you need to kind of create over the long term of the series as we come to grow to want to see new forms of this or new techniques or whatever it is that's going to keep us engaged because we're ready for the next training montage or for the next villain to push our protagonist down so they can reach the next level. Earlier I mentioned hot babes, and in a lot of shonen you're going to get very disproportioned or proportioned just fan service, man. It's how you interest young people, young men. The formula is such that it just feels good. It works. You start with an underdog, or you start with somebody that's just average, or you start with somebody who's incredibly strong but has never seen the world, and you put them in a place where they now have to step outside of themselves and work for others or work for their friends. You do this and you go. No matter what it is you try to slap on top of a shonen or around a shonen, it's just gonna work. Now, we have some that don't have very compelling stories, but overall, it's just good. I mean, the difference between Fairy Tail, Black Clover, and Naruto is not all that much. In fact, if Fairy Tail and Naruto did a fusion dance, you'd get Black Clover. Just saying.
Pow.
And yo, if you wanted to make Bleach darker, hey, you get Jujutsu Kaisen. Looking at you, Jujutsu Kaisen. Your movie, Todori. There are so many animes that are inspired from one another or created from an idea that another one created because the shonen formula is easy to adapt and easy to put in front of you. Shonen is the chips of all the genre in the sense that it's going to give you what you need and it's not trying to do anything else most times. It's the flaming hot Cheetos, if you will. There's no bias here. Without any further ado, let's get to these recommendations because, I know why you're here. First on the list of shonen is the king that stands atop them all, that stands on the throne. It's Bleach. I refer again to my earlier statement of, well, if you disagree, you can just argue with your mama. Bleach is just a fun ride from start to finish and is also returning in October to finish its final arc, the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, which is going to be spectacular and something that you don't want to miss. The story revolves around Ichigo Kurosaki and finding, honestly, more about himself and the world that he resides and the spiritual world that he now has to fight for alongside his family. I highly suggest you watch it because it has everything that you need, a wide variety of characters. You're gonna fall in love with everyone, that you're gonna ship things that are not gonna happen, sorry, but it's worth wishing. Secondarily off the list is gonna be My Hero Academia. Now, My Hero Academia basically takes the old Disney movie Sky High and makes it, worth watching. It takes the idea of a world that is imbued with superpowered humans. You are born with these quirks and how society would change if heroes were, naturally born and unlike the boys, scientifically made. It's also brighter than the boys. So, you should check it out. Third on my list is the young and up and comer who is taking the world by storm. Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is just beautifully immaculate. One of the best animes you can watch out there. It takes itself seriously in its presentation and everything about the story. Our main guy, Tanjiro, I've talked about Demon Slayer so much, I should probably just make a Demon Slayer playlist for you guys, which will be right here. But it's just good. You're gonna want to see what happens to Tanjiro one day when he comes back to find that his family has been murdered by demons, all except one, and now he has to start his journey. A few honorable mentions for you that I'm gonna put on the screen are some of the long-term favorites of animes that a lot of people may be watching, may have mentioned to you that I think that you should check out. I'll also put these animes down in the description so that way there's a bit of ease of access for you. Well, I hope you're ready to go out there and watch some shonen and get excited about explosions and, character development and friendship, and you're probably just here for the babes. We see you. No judgment. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider hitting the like, hitting the subscribe, and hitting the bell so you can be notified for every time that we drop a video with Gray Area Anime. If you'd like another genre to look at, try my genre series over here and see something that fits you. And until the next time, peace.